So how do you use a foreign ATM without getting hit with a lot of fees? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down how you can avoid most or all these fees when traveling in a foreign country. So let's get to it. Dream vacations start here. Hey, it's Ben with Ben Tennis Dream Vacations, providing you with weekly travel information and tips to help you plan for your next vacation. So if you're new here, checking me out for the first time, consider subscribing. So the first fee you may get hit with when using a foreign ATM is called a home bank fee. So your bank is probably going to charge you a fee each time you use a foreign ATM, unless you're using a branch of your bank. Now you may be able to avoid this fee by switching to a higher end account with your bank that allows for unlimited foreign ATM fee withdrawals, but typically you'll need to maintain a certain balance in order to avoid a monthly charge, but it may be worthwhile to you if you plan on taking a lot of international trips. The next fee you might get hit with is called a foreign ATM fee. Most foreign ATMs charge an additional commission just to use their machine, and in most cases the ATM will state the fee before you confirm your withdrawal, and you stand the best chance of avoiding these fees by using major bank-affiliated ATMs. The next type of fee is a currency conversion fee. Whenever you change over money from one currency to another, you're going to incur conversion fees, which are almost always hidden, and in fact, some foreign ATMs try to trick you into paying more conversion fees than you have to. For example, and I've seen this mostly in Europe ATMs, is that the ATM will try to trick you into withdrawing as much money as possible. When you first put in your card, it will appear as though the only options to withdraw money are the ones listed, and most of the time the amounts listed are way more than you need. But you might not know that if the currency listed is in the country's currency and not in US dollars. So you want to know the currency conversion before you withdraw and know for sure how much cash you're actually withdrawing. In most cases, you're going to want to select the other amount and choose a lesser amount to withdraw. The other trick to watch out for is once you have selected the amount to withdraw, it will display two options, with or without conversion. It'll ask you to either accept or decline. Now the with conversion option, it'll look like that's the option you should choose because it'll have your home country's flag on it and it'll say accept conversion. And you'll think you'll need to hit accept so that you'll get your money out. It seems like the logical thing to do. But no, if you were to hit the accept button, you will immediately lose money. That's because the ATM includes a markup for doing the conversion for you. It's really asking you, should the ATM do the conversion or your local bank? And the markup can be as high as 12 or 13%. So let's say you want to take out $500 from the ATM. At a 12% markup, that's a loss of $60. And on top of that, the ATM would probably charge you a transaction fee just to get your money out. So it could be as high as 15% that you're losing out on. So you can see why the ATM is trying to get you to withdraw as much money as possible from the start in order to get you to pay more in fees. So you always want to decline the conversion option, or some ATMs it might say confirm withdrawal in local currency. That's the one you want to select. Now you may still have to pay the ATM fee, but you'll end up saving 12 or 13% just by declining the conversion option. You want to also avoid using private ATMs located in convenience stores or on street corners because they tend to charge extra commissions and service fees, so avoid them if you can. So the next type of fee is withdrawal fees. So depending on your bank and the type of account you have with them, they may or may not charge you an additional fee for making purchases with your debit card while abroad. This means you might be able to ask the vendor you're purchasing from for an additional cash back and not have to pay the ATM withdrawal fees. Just make sure you ask the vendor if they charge an additional fee for doing this though. And the last type of fee is credit card fees. If you're going to be using your credit card to make purchases during your trip, just note that depending on where you're going, credit cards are not always accepted. The currency conversion rates are also going to vary by card, so you want to make sure you know what those are and use a credit card that has a reasonable conversion rate to save money. Cash advances should be avoided whenever possible since interest is charged on your entire balance from the day you withdraw your money as opposed to regular charges which afford you a grace period. When making purchases with your card, some stores may even charge you an extra fee, even as much as 10%, and they may also offer to charge you in your home currency, but it's usually not a good idea. A lot of times they're using higher conversion rates, and sometimes your bank will still charge you a foreign transaction fee as well. So before I end the video, I'm just going to leave you with some final tips about using foreign ATMs. The first tip is to check your ATM network logos on your card. On the back of your card is likely a series of logos, including at least one of Plus, Interlink, Maestro, or Cirrus, which are the most common networks around the world. You will only be able to use the ATMs abroad that display one of these logos that matches your card. The other thing you want to know before you leave on your trip is your withdrawal limits. If you have set daily or weekly withdrawal limits, then you might want to adjust those with your bank or at least come up with a plan to work around them. And the next tip I have for you is when using a foreign ATM, normally you would see options to see your account balance, transfer money from one account to another account tasks. Well, when using a foreign ATM, these options aren't usually possible. At best, you can see your account balance, although not always, and make withdrawals. You should also know which account numbers are linked to your checking and savings accounts, as sometimes you may not be able to see the labels on those accounts, or you may not understand the language, so it's best to know which account numbers are which. Access to online banking can help you avoid some of these issues by being able to transfer money between accounts, see your account balance, create travel alerts, and monitor transactions. It's also a security measure, so you can keep an eye on your accounts to ensure there's no fraudulent activity. And my last tip here is to make sure you have a chip card, otherwise you may not be able to use some ATMs abroad at all. And also, most ATMs only accept 4-digit PIN numbers, so if you have a 5-digit PIN number, make sure you get that switched before you depart. Well, that'll do it for this video. If you found the video helpful, I appreciate you liking the video and consider subscribing to get more travel related content just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.